Welcome to Weber State Sports Quickcast. I'm your host, Alyssa Toomey. The football team welcomed Portland State Vikings to town on Saturday with lots of rain and wind. But the sloppy conditions didn't slow either offense down. Our very own Mark Purser was at the game and tells us about the shootout.
You know, Alyssa, when I saw the forecast, I fully expected a low-scoring, field possession type game. But instead, it was big play.
They've got a man downfield.
After big play.
The right side. He's down the sidelines at the 30.
And after big play. In the game, there were 20 plays that went over 20 yards. Both teams ended up with over 500 yards of offense and 11 touchdowns. Did I mention the field was wet and slippery? Now, on to the fourth quarter. Weber State is down 34-22, but they wouldn't be down for long. Quarterback Cameron Higgins hits Joe Collins for a 7 yards to cut the lead to 4. And on the first play, after a 29-yard punt return by Jordan Brown, Cam Higgins looks deep.
Go down the middle. Mike Phillips is there, makes the catch at the 20. 10-5, touchdown, 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 Mike Phillips.
That put the Cats up 37-34 with 8:15 left to play. But the Vikes answered, going 90 yards to get back on top with just 1:02 to play. Down by 4 with their backs against the wall, the Cats clawed their way back with a storybook ending, going 70 yards for the game-winning touchdown on this 2-yard rush by Vai Tafuna. Final score, Weber State 44, Portland State 41. And after the game, Coach Mack reminded all of us that he likes this type of weather.
Coach Mack prays for this kind of weather.
That's right. This is, hey, nice out and overcast today, so this is my day.
From Stewart Stadium, Mark Purser, Weber State Sports.
Thanks, Mark. What a great win. The win keeps the Wildcats' slim playoff hopes alive. Our football insider Marvin Walker is here in studio to tell us what Weber needs to do to get there. Marvin?
Thanks, Alyssa. And yes, it was an excellent win for us this past Saturday against the Vikings out there in that cold, rainy weather. But we put that behind us now, and it's time for our next opponent, the Montana Grizzlies. The Grizz are at the top of the conference in a three-way tie, actually, with Eastern Washington and Montana State. So this is definitely a must-win game for us. Actually, we must win out the rest of the conference games to have a shot at making the FCS playoffs this year, so every game is a must-win. The first thing that comes to mind in thinking about the Grizzlies is their running back, Chase Reynolds. Reynolds has been having a standout year like he has previous to 2 seasons, but he's due for one of those all-star appearances. The guy runs very tough, stays low to the ground, and has excellent ball security. This week, our defense must be very stingy against the run. On the defensive side of the ball for Montana, their secondary has been playing lights out so far. 2 defensive backs have had 9 interceptions, and they have 5 defensive touchdowns. Their corner zone drops have been very precise this season, so Cam Higgins will have his work cut out for him this week and must be able to find those zones, those windows in the zones, as you could say. I'm number 26, Marvin Walker, one of your Wildcat defensive backs. Back to you, Alyssa.
This is the final home game of the season for the football team this Saturday, so it will be senior night. It also will be a blackout game, meaning all you fans will receive a black t-shirt to wear during the game. So come support your Wildcats, help black out Stewart Stadium, and come prepared to make some noise so we can defeat those Grizzlies. The Wildcat women's volleyball team had a victory after running on a long dry spell. John Capel was there for the win.
15-12 in 5. It's a magic formula the Lady Wildcats have been working hard to achieve. Carissa Noble slams one right down the middle against Eastern Washington Friday night.
We got down 0-2 in a set, and I'm so proud of our kids for just sticking it and staying the course.
The comeback was hard fought right to the end. Beth Ray landed 16 kills.
I mean, it's amazing to win. It's amazing to finally get that monkey off our backs per se and just, have one, and now we're just going to keep on rolling. So it's exciting. Thank you.
Noble had great success at the net with 13 kills for the match.
Our whole team came together. We had energy. It was so much fun. Oh, it just feels so good to win finally.
Caitlin Penrod was always in there mixing it up, does a great job as one of the finest setters on the Wildcat squad. Ellie Graff knocked big holes in the Eagle defense, slamming at him a dozen times.
And they just kept chipping away and we needed to make plays in a row, and they did. And after having a heartbreak at their place, where they came back on us and beat us in 5 when we were in control. It's always nice to be able to return the favor. So I can't say enough about the team and just the effort that it took to pull out the win tonight.
For Weber State Sports, I'm John Capel.
The next home game for the Lady Wildcats will be against Sacramento State, which is a Big Sky Conference match. With 2 conference games over the weekend for the women's soccer team, the Lady Cats were looking for 2 wins to put them on top of the conference standings. The Cats were looking for its first win of the weekend against the Portland State Vikings, but with 2 key starters out because of injuries, it was harder than you think. After an early goal in the first half from the Vikings, the Cats just couldn't claw their way back. It remained 1-0 at halftime, but once the second half started, the Vikings wanted more. Despite the Wildcats having 10 shots on goal, they just couldn't find the back of the net. But the Vikes had no problem finding the back of the net. The Vikings scored 2 more goals within the first 7 minutes of the second half to bury the Wildcats 3-0. Despite the game against the Vikings, the Cats were looking to bounce back on Sunday against the Sacramento State Hornets. But with the monsoon-like conditions, it wasn't that easy. The Cats fell 3-1 to the Hornets, with the Cats' only goal scored by yours truly. The Cats will have one last home game Friday at 3 against the Idaho State Bengals. Brett Hales has been one of the unsung heroes of the Weber State Athletics program. John Coyle of Weber State Sports caught up with the recently named Athlete of the Week for our player profile.
One of the biggest determining factors of what makes a collegiate athlete successful is how well they perform under pressure.
It's all about who shows up on the biggest day when you really need to compete.
That is Weber State junior Brett Hales, who has been taking this cross-country season by storm, placing well in some national level meets.
When you're running up against the best in the nation, you kind of got to bring your A game, your A race every time.
Hales has never had a problem bringing his A game, but that may be because he has a slightly different outlook on races than most cross-country runners.
The race is the easiest thing because instead of having just an extended workout time, you just go out there, you run your race, and then you're done.
But getting to the starting line in the shape that Hales is in is no small task.
You're doing your morning runs, you're running all the workouts, you're doing the small little things like the drills and the stairs and strides and everything after.
All the hard work has paid off for Hales. Last spring he earned his first trip to the NCAA Track and Field Championships, placing 14th in the 3,000-meter steeplechase. But he says that cross-country comes with a bit of a pain bonus.
The thing about cross-country is you're going to hurt for a really long time, and the sooner you realize that you're going to hurt, the better it's going to be for you in the race.
Hales seems to be having plenty of success by simply embracing the pain.
You're never feeling good and you're always hurting, but for some reason running just keeps you coming back day in and day out. And
I'm John Coyle, Weber State Sports.
Thanks, John. Brett Hales and the Wildcats will be in action this Saturday in Cheney, Washington. And now it's Monday, so it's time for our Monday night picks. Giants are at the Cowboys. Who do you got? Let's see who our staff is picking. All right, first up we got Blake and Kaylee for the Cowboys. Okay. Interesting. And Rachel for the Cowboys. Okay. We got a Giants fan in the house. Tammy. Who else we got? Ray. Ooh, Cowboys. Thought it was the Giants. Going for the Cowboys. Justin, Giants. John Capel, like Maple, Giants. And Marvin, going for the Cowboys. Okay. Let's check out who Weber State students are picking.
Name's Chris Devlin, Weber State alumni, and I'm going with the Giants.
My name is Bobby. My major is business, and I'm picking the Cowboys for Monday night to turn the season around and make the playoffs. Go Cowboys.
And I'm going with the Giants. Thanks for joining us. Tune in every Monday on your YouTube channel, and please become a fan on our Facebook page. Good luck to all the teams this week. Good night, and go Wildcats.